Is it true San Francisco's a twisted liberal tech dystopia? Join me as I go there and participate in a 3.5-mile run, party at the Chase Center, risk my life on a Lime scooter, and explore some of my favorite places in the city. This episode is dedicated to my friend Robert, who recently passed away from ALS. Join me in celebrating his life today on The Wandering. So today I'm going to talk about my trip to San Francisco. So the way this came about is my friend wanted to participate in this race in San Francisco. It's 3.5 miles, and he was preparing to run and do all this stuff. And I was like, I'm not going to run. I'm going to walk. But if you want to run, that's fine. I'll meet you at the finish line. And he's like, yeah, this thing is really cool. We get to party at the Chase Center afterwards. So I was like, all right. So he actually trains and was ready to run the thing. And then at the last minute, he couldn't go. And so I was considering whether I should still go or not. But a few days before, one of my best friends had passed away from ALS. So I really just needed some time by myself. And I decided to head up there. So I drove up there, and of course, driving in San Francisco is not fun. So what I did was I ditched my car at the Millbrae BART station. It was actually really convenient. It was only $6 a night. So I took the BART then to the Powell station in San Francisco. I got off, and the first thing I did was visit this place that I love called Cafe Dolce. It's actually a little cafe. They have coffee, but they also have Vietnamese sandwiches and pork buns. And I actually used to work right across from the street back in 2007, 2008. So I used to go to this place like every other day. So I didn't know if it was going to be there, but I showed up, and sure enough, it's still there. I was very happy to see that it survived the pandemic. I asked the girl how long the place has been there. She said 25 years. So I did what any reasonable person would do. I bought a pork bun and a pork sandwich. Then I walked right on over to Union Square, and I ate it right there. It was just a beautiful day in San Francisco. While I was eating in Union Square, I got a text from the Intercontinental. It was like 2 p.m. and I was supposed to check in at 4 p.m. and they were just like checking in on me to see how I was doing. And I was like, I'm here. Is there any way I can check into my room early? And they texted me back right away saying, your room is ready. Go ahead and come on over. So I did. I went on over. So after I got settled in, left my stuff, I got on the Muni and headed on over to the Chase Center. This event was actually a charity type race that went to benefit Steph Curry's foundation, Eat, Learn, Play, which helps schools in inner city Oakland. Actually a pretty cool organization. You can see Steph Curry here. My goal was just to walk this thing. But of course, as we're walking by Steph Curry, he's pumping up the crowd, and all of a sudden everybody starts running. So of course, I refuse to be last place. So I start running too, except that I didn't prepare, I didn't train, nothing. So I was running. I'm like, I can't be last place. So I was running, and I walked for a little bit, and then running. My body, unfortunately, was not made to run away from anything. So running is not my thing, but there was no way in hell that I was gonna be last place. So we made it to the end. When we got to the end, then it was time to go into the Chase Center. And this place is beautiful. You can see from the footage, there's like these art installations, and inside, everything is brand new. So the next day, before work, I actually got on the BART and went across the bay to Oakland to one of my favorite restaurant places, which is called Cafe 817. And one of my favorite dishes at Cafe 817 was like this polenta poached egg thing. But when I got there, they didn't have it. So I kind of got upset, but I saw on the menu that they had this avocado toast. So I'm like, let's try this. Let's see how it goes. And it was actually really, really good. You can see it here. It's got avocado, olive oil, these salt flakes, and then pickled carrots on the top. It was really, really good. After Cafe 817, I walked out, and every Friday in Oakland, in Old Oakland, there is a farmer's market. So I remember back in the day, I used to go to this thing and shop. So it's really nice to be there again, and there's flowers and fresh fruit and even like natural makeup and jewelry and all kinds of stuff. So, and it was just a beautiful day, not a cloud in the sky. So I really, really lucked out. So I went back to the hotel. Actually ended up being really, really busy at work. So worked for the rest of the day. And then I got off, and one of the things I really wanted to see that I'd never seen before was the Salesforce Center. I think it's called the Salesforce Transit Center. So a lot of the buses actually stop at this place. But what it is, it's a park that's several football fields long, and it is just beautiful. So I got to walk through. There's a lot of different plants and grassy fields, and it was just a really nice location. And of course, the Salesforce skyscraper is right there. As you can see, this thing is incredibly tall. I actually think it's the tallest building in all of San Francisco. So after that, I got on my little Lime scooter and I went to the ferry building. These things are so fun. Definitely a beta thing, but so fun. You can just rent them. But I feel like every time I was renting it, it was at least $5. You look at the thing and it's $5.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Sorry to bother you, man. Me and my wife are literally just trying to get something to eat. Could you please spare $1, man?
Unfortunately, I have no cash, sorry.
It's all good, man. Have a good day.
You too. It was getting dark in the ferry building. There wasn't much going on there. But I got to walk around the back. I got to see some ferries. I got to get some beautiful footage of that area. Actually, the area across from the ferry building, last time I was there, it actually become a open drug scene, homeless encampment. But they cleaned the whole thing up, and it was really, really nice. After that, there's this place that I've always wanted to go. It's called the Old Ship Saloon. And actually back in the day, during the gold rush in the 1800s, a bunch of people came to the bay on their boats. And a lot of people just ditched those boats and went up to try to find gold. One entrepreneurial spirit actually set up a bar inside the boat. And that bar became a building, and it is still there to this day. I had a tuna melt, which is actually really, really good. I actually had a great time just hanging out there, talking to the bartender, talking to some of the people there. After that, I got back on my little scooter, headed back to the hotel. You can see them setting up for Dreamforce right here. I'm very happy that I ended up going. It just gave me some time by myself to reflect. One of my best friends had just passed away a few days earlier. And one of the reasons I really wanted to go to San Francisco was because during my bachelor party years ago, it was actually me, him, and another friend that did a road trip to San Francisco. So it was very special to me to be able to go back. I could have canceled and just stayed home, but I thought, no, I want to go back and kind of relive some of the spots, some of the things that we did during that time. My friend passed away of ALS. He was only 43 when he passed away. So it just goes to show that we really never know what's gonna happen. It's one of the real reasons why I film these videos. I film Elijah Goes Outside. I want this to be my legacy because we never know how much time we have. I I want to leave something behind that Elijah can see and that he can take an example from and think, you know, you can sit home all day and watch TV, or you can go out and explore and live life and make these stories happen. I mean, we're so glued to our phones all the time. And I would just encourage you to pick a place, go out, you know, sponsor the local economy, find a little family-owned shop, buy some food, buy some jewelry, buy some fruit, and just have a good time. In the end, we really don't know how much time we have. So I encourage you to go out and live a little. Thank you so much for joining me today on The Wandering. And Robert, wherever you are, I love you, brother. I will never forget you.